And we're live.
Morning.
Morning.
I actually have a cup of coffee, so I actually had one. I usually only drink like 2 cups. One
This
cup
ain't the
this.
coffee show.
I know. One cup this morning about 3:30, and then
It's
this
the
one.
water show. Drink your water. Morning live. Morning water. There you go.
Surprised your brother ain't up on with us. He's probably not an early guy though, is he?
Yeah, he is. And I sent him a link, so I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know what he's doing.
I was wondering. So
Yeah. He's out there doing something, I'm sure. Maybe he's eating
yeah.
breakfast.
Well, we had a good dinner last night, man. We went to the local
Is that what
Mexican.
you ate? Is that what you ate? What you sent me?
No. That pizza
No,
burger. Oh, dude, if I could find a place like that, man, that would have been.
man.
Oh, dude, that's like my dream heart attack. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna go down with a heart attack, let me have that.
That looked awesome, man. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. No, we went to the local Mexican restaurant and had some dinner. So every once in a while, we like to go eat somewhere. We don't do it much. We don't eat fast food. We don't. We cook every night and every day here, but
Right.
every once in a while we like to go because my wife loves Mexican. She loves Mexican food, and
Yeah.
I'm a pizza burger guy, but I don't eat the fast food burgers. Like we have a local diner. I like they actually cook real burgers, real hamburger meat, real burger. You know what I mean? They don't
Right.
throw no frozen patty on the grill or nothing like that. So,
Frozen patty.
well, I mean, you go to McDonald's, you go to Dairy Queen. Yes, it's fast and convenient, but I don't like it. It's just
I
it's
know. I
not
get
that
what
great.
Right.
I did all that. I ate that crap, and I don't do that no more. So if I'm going to go and eat a big burger, I want a real burger.
What a real hamburger.
Yeah,
I don't want nothing
I
frozen. I
like,
don't
I
want a
like
frozen block of. Yeah.
telling you, man, it's not good for you, but
None of it's good for you. I mean,
no,
it tastes
nothing.
good.
Even French fries that are in the frozen. Good morning, WS Keys on 3.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for coming in, man.
but
I think the
yeah,
morning
it's
lives are too early for people.
sometimes I think a good time for people that I've tried to study this now, and of course you never know the truth. You can't figure it out because on my analytics it says from 6 in the morning till like 8 at night is the best time my viewers are on.
Right. It'll
And
tell
the
you
dark,
math.
and
I
yes,
don't
in
know
the
if I
in the
trust
darkest
it.
purples and stuff, at
Yeah.
certain times, and I'm like, so if I go live like around 11, close to noon, you know what I mean? Is that it says it's a good time to do it because there's good viewers are on for my
Right.
viewers. But
Right.
then I'll go live at 7 o'clock and I get more people at 7 sometimes than I do during the day, and uh, I think it's just a battle of back and forth of who's actually got the time to get on during the day if they're not working
That's
or if
true.
you
Everybody's,
know
when you're retired, you don't realize that other people are going to work and they got other things going
yeah.
on. You're retired, you just get up and you're just sitting here like, you ain't
Well,
got to
you
work.
can actually look and see your average age of the person that watches your stuff, or male or
Yeah,
female,
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that stuff. So I have a variety of people. I have a variety all the way down to the 20s, 20-year-olds. And a lot of mine, I mean, I have looked. A lot of my people are from like 40 to 65. You know what I mean? My main ones, I think, are like 55 to 65, and they're, what's up, buddy? Good morning, Looney.
Looney Shrooms, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, gifted 5 retired rider Harley Road Glide members. Huh, that's
Wow.
cool.
Oh, man. Check that out. That's
I don't
awesome.
know how they'll do. I don't ever understand that. I know what a membership is. I'm saying I don't know how does that work when someone gifts that? Do they pay for 5 memberships for a month, or what is it like? How does that
You know
work?
what? I set up memberships and set up all that, and I don't even know how it works exactly.
I don't. Yeah, that's me. I don't. I,
I
like
just
I know that you get
continue to
you.
set up.
Do you do any member videos, or do you just do the
No, I don't.
memberships?
Members only videos? No, I don't
Yeah.
do
Do you
that.
do anything
Yeah, I
like
don't.
that? You should. You got members. How many members do you have? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
and that's what I like about it. You can do private live streams, member live streams. I think you have to do those from YouTube though. You can't do them through StreamYard.
Yeah.
So the next 5
Oh,
people that pop in, the first 5 people will get it. Is that how it works?
I'm not sure how it works, to be honest with you, man.
Huh? Yeah, I don't
I
understand.
never paid. I don't.
Yeah, I just bought memberships for a month. Okay, yeah, that's you buy it for a month.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just a way to invite people back show, and they're not hated. Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought membership for a month. Basically, it's just a way to invite people back, show them that they're not hated.
Well, he appreciates it. I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
See,
absolutely.
that's the last step I have to do on my halfway through because I do this. I've got the super stickers. I engaged on the super thanks, or the
Yeah,
super chats, super thanks, and it said memberships, and I can do the shop. I ain't done the shop yet, and don't know if I ever will, unless it progresses more and better. Then I will do maybe a shop. But the memberships, I feel like if someone's going to be a member of my channel, I want to give them something. Like, can't you
yeah,
do like 2
yeah,
tiers or 3 tiers of membership,
yeah,
like a cheaper
yeah.
one and then a more expensive? And if I do like a more expensive one, I feel like I want to give those people like either private live streams or, with that membership, send them
Right.
some merch or something like a t-shirt or a hat because I make hats. I could send them a hat with whatever they want wrote on it, and as a gift as being a member, you know what I mean? Something to, kind of give back to them.
Yeah.
So
What does he say there? I've been wanting to show my appreciation to
to
Timu Ray
Timu
Romano for
Ray
a while.
Romano.
Oh man. I
uh,
gotta show this though, man. I gotta show something real quick.
oh, Timu. Yeah.
How can I do this? Let's see. Da, 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 da,
Good morning, Don Bree.
da,
Uh,
da, 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 da.
so usually if a membership, so it didn't make him a member. See, I don't know how that works. If he gifted 5, does it automatically just put 5 people that are subscribed to your channel, or is it in the chat that it does? I don't understand that stuff. I haven't dove into that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not for sure exactly how all that works. I don't know.
I ain't exactly sure how it works either. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I don't.
do this.
I don't understand a lot of this stuff. I mean, I am smarter than a 5th grader, but still. You ever watch that show? That's so funny, man. Because some of
Yeah.
those 5th graders are freaking smart, man. I mean, they got some smart kids up there. I almost wanted to say that last night. Are you actually smarter than a 5th grader? But yeah, man, it's. I think it's just, it gives, and when I was reading the thing, it says, it gives opportunity for people to, support your channel, blah, blah, blah. Not just that, but like if you do private video, like you can do member videos and put them in members only,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah.
show. But see, that's the thing about a private thing. You can't monetize them, I don't think. You can cuss in them, you can say whatever because you can't monetize them, I don't believe, unless you release them to the public. Like some people do it and they'll keep it private, like members only for like a week, and then they'll have it to go out to the regular audience a week later or something. So,
Yeah.
but if you keep it members only, you can say what you want, do what you want, and it's like having a private video, you know what I mean? It's like, or you can show, you don't have to. Your mind can tell you what you can show and what you can't show. So you know what you can show and what you can't. But you can pretty much, you can do a
Right.
private video of you out somewhere or you just sitting and talking, and only your members will ever see it. And a lot of people, they tell me, they're like, look, man, when someone watches my channel and they see members only videos, it makes people curious and be like, wonder what that video is about. You know what I mean? And why can't I'd like
Right.
to see that, and then they'll join your channel and then they will, become a member, and so they can watch those member videos. So, but like Pro Monkey, he'll do certain videos, not all of them. He won't release to the public, but the ones about his choppers and the bikes, he'll do certain member videos. And I've been a member of his for almost 2 years, I guess. That's the only person I'm a member of, and he'll do certain videos, and like a week later or 3-4 days, whenever, he gives time for all his members to watch them and all that, and then they'll be
Right.
released to the public, and then his other viewers can see them later on. Which is a good idea. Because it's his is about the motorcycle stuff, and the ones that he keeps actually private members only that he never releases is awesome. I mean, if you're not a member, you don't see them. It's hard to explain them. You can't because
Right.
they're great videos, but.
Dying Breed, I didn't know it was on here. Sorry, I didn't see you on there, man.
Yeah, I said good morning a minute ago.
Good.
What did so is your brother like avid like doing that woodworking? I mean, is he like doing that every day? Is that what he's or is that a
No,
hobby?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a channel, but his garage ain't heated, so he can't get out there when it's this cold and do any work,
Well, I was wondering, like, I was trying to think of, what is he do? Like, what is he making? Like, what does he make? Does he make anything? Tables, chairs? I mean, what does he actually?
He can make anything. He can build anything.
I mean, what does he like to do most of all? What is he comfortable at doing pretty good? Table?
I don't know. I really don't.
He said he's my brother, and I don't even know what he does.
I really don't know. I don't know what his favorite thing to do is.
What kind of brother are you, man? No, I'm joking. He said, I don't know. Hell, I don't keep up with him.
Well,
No, it's cool. Hey, I've got two brothers I ain't seen in 10 years, dude. I ain't talked to in 20.
Nothing going on here for the next few weeks other than waiting for it's time to get out on the bike and the weather gets better. That's what's happening with me for them. And when you're retired, there ain't much you can do.
Twirl your thumbs.
Really your thumb, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it gets to the point where it's like, man, I'm going to climb the walls if I don't get to do something.
Yeah, you can. It'll drive you nuts.
I know. 3 years right now I've been, and it's like, man, if my heart could take working again, I would be working. I would. I'd never stopped. But I did 16 years roofing and then 5 years heating and cooling. And I tell you, I at times, of course, it was great. Winter times like now, I hated it because we was on a roof and it's freezing, or cold, or under a house putting in heating and cooling. And but man, there was just those early mornings and getting up with the sunrise or seeing the sunrise on top of a roof and working, knowing that you was getting something done. And now it's like sitting here like, what am I doing? My yard's been mowed. Everything's been took care of. Like, okay, now I'm bored. Got to look at the TV. No, thank you. Watched everything there is to watch. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it
it
really
gets frustrating,
yeah.
And that's why I love the motorcycle. I can get out, ride, even if it's like during the day, the kids are at school, that's 8 hours. I can have a good time somewhere by myself and ride, enjoy, get back in time to deal, well, that was before the kids just got bigger now, so now it could be a little bit better because the kids are driving and all that stuff. So, and older. So it ain't like I'm on a time limit now. It's like I can, extend the time, but it still helps, but you can't do it in this kind of weather, or I'm not. It's 8 degrees.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Salt and
Ain't
snow.
no way, man.
No. So what's going on for you? Okay, what's up, Buck?
No.
Oh, there's you down.
Forgot that the snow has you down. Yeah, snow, salt, ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's the
bad.
main thing is the salt and ice. The salt is the worst part of winter because it just
$1. Yeah.
it just tears, it rots, man. It's a rot. It'll rot everything out from every little bolt and everything. And it ain't even necessarily the salt. It's the dust on the road, the salt dust. That's why you see these roads and they're just white. They look like, and it's dust.
Yeah, that's
salt
why the
dust,
roads are around here right now.
You get behind anybody or you drive or anything, and it's just, it gets in every little bolt and nut and places that, like sand does. You can't get it out of, and you'll never get it out. It's like sitting on the beach naked, and it gets sand everywhere. That salt will get in every little crack, and not only that, like it could get in your wiring as well. And,
it'll corrode everything. Man.
Yeah.
It'll destroy it.
And
It'll destroy it.
And I'm not going to take the chance of doing it and then trying to wash the bike and, I believe, and have to worry. I believe I got it all washed up. You know what I mean? Because that stuff gets in places you'll never be able to wash the bike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mine never will see the road when the salt's on it. There's
I
just
think, yeah. I think Buck and Dime Breed, they're down far enough. They don't have to worry about salt except salt water. They're, that's bad
Well,
enough off the
that'll
ocean.
if you live in
Yes.
Florida,
Yeah.
yeah. If you live in Florida next to, yeah,
You have to,
beat your bike up, man.
yeah,
It'll beat it up.
yeah. The salt water,
Beat it up.
and I mean, we all know if you've been to Florida or any beach, you can feel that stickiness, that water, salty. Even if you're not on the beach, I could feel it when I lived there. I could feel it and not even be near the beach, and I could still feel that
Oh yeah,
salty, sticky feel that was coming
yeah,
off the ocean, and stuff. And when
yeah.
I
That was
lived
all new
there,
to me. That was all new to me when I went to Myrtle Beach for the first time ever in a beach in my life. I went to the Myrtle Beach and I was like, yeah, that's just weird. That's you can smell that salt air, like
yeah,
it's
a lot of people don't like it, man. A lot of people say it stinks and shit. I love it. I love the beach and area. Yeah, my grandpa. I was living in Florida in Panama City, and this is before my brother died. And my grandpa said he wanted to come visit. He wanted to see the beach, and he said, and he was like 80 years old at the time or something. He's like, I've never seen ocean in my life or none of that. And he hadn't. 80 years old, never seen the
wow.
ocean, never left Tennessee, pretty much. Yeah. So my brother that passed away, he went and got him and brought him all the way to Florida to my place and stayed with me. My brother did, my grandfather did. Stayed for like 3 or 4 days, and I catered to him. And me and my brother, I got a picture of me and my brother. He said, "All I want to do is walk out there deep enough to get my ass wet." And he said, and I'm done. I just want to." I said, "Okay." So we took him out there, and he walked out there, and we was holding him. He was 80 years old, and he got in the water up to his waist and came out and sit on the beach and sit there. And I swear, he didn't want to go home. We showed him around everywhere. He loved the heat. He loved everything about it. He
The
was
way
like,
I was when I first seen
why
it.
did I not? Why did I not move here 80 years ago? You know what I mean? He's
Right.
like, why did
Yeah.
I stay in Tennessee? He's like, I
Exactly.
could. He loved it so much that I mean, he just didn't want to. I told him, I said, why do you think I live here, Paul? You know what I mean? I love this place. I love being on the
Ryan
beach. I
Breed
love
said
the.
sand is not his friend.
Mm-mm. Dude, that's the bad
Not for
thing.
everybody.
When I was down there,
I didn't think
no.
I'd like it. I thought I would hate it. I hate the beach. I love the mountains. That's where I feel
Yeah, I do
comfortable.
too. Yeah.
But I went to the beach and realized, you know what? I like the beach. I
Hmm.
liked it. I
Well,
like
when I lived there and I was riding my motorcycles, man, you feel that sand hitting you from cars passing you, and you'll feel
Oh,
that, and it feels like thousands of needles just,
yeah.
and it's hey, I'm telling you, Don Bree knows what I'm talking about. Buck does too. It's and a lot of people wear shorts when they ride down there because it's so hot. Dude, that sand will eat your legs up, and it's awful, man. Yeah, it sucks. It is misery.
Not that.
Yeah,
Not
oh
that.
yeah. It will
That would be
hit
rough.
you like, and it's crazy because
It's like being on a side road and there's sand on it or dirt when a truck comes by and there's
yes,
sand all over you, man. It's like
not only that, because when I was there, and I was like, man, if that's hitting me like that, imagine what it's going to the bike. You know what I mean? How much like paint,
Oh yeah,
or is it dinging
yeah.
and scarring my bike up, the paint job, and getting everywhere,
Yeah. Well, I hate
It-
that dirt and sand hitting me. I don't like that.
Yeah, but it seems like we have to deal with something like that. No matter where we live, there's something obstacle,
yeah.
you know what I mean, that we have to
Yeah.
deal with,
Yep.
sand, salt, water, mountains, you have to deal with snow and salt and, fallen
Yeah.
leaves and branches and stuff like that.
Take
So-
it back. I'll deal with the sand. I hate the snow and I hate I hate this crap, man.
I do too.
I
I don't
hate
see. I know you guys are born and raised and bred there up north, and all the northern people, and they're used to it. But where I'm not, I look at it and I think, how do those people live in that mess? Because I live bad enough where I'm at in the mountains, and it's like I don't even want to be here in the wintertime. And I know you just can't. People can't just jump up and move. It takes a lot.
No.
You can't.
They quit
uproot.
serving beer at the beach because too many girls were getting sand in their schlitz.
That's a good one.
Man, that's funny. But no, I'd love to. I told the wife the other day I wanted to move to Florida, and she loves the Florida. She loves the beach, but she won't move because of the grandkids.
That's what I was saying. You got so much roots, kids, all that stuff.
But I told her, I
just
said,
want to just jump up and leave.
Grandkids are going to get a couple more years older. They're going to want to hang with their friends. They ain't going to want to hang with grandpa and grandma anymore,
Nope.
old people. And we're going to be stuck here with nobody coming around. I said, that's what's going to happen. And then you're going to regret that you didn't go do things you should have went.
Yeah, well, no, that's when you move to Florida, and then when they actually get to come on vacation, they're more excited to see you guys because they're actually getting 2 or 3 things in one. You know what I mean? They're getting to come see grandma, grandpa. They're getting to see the beach. They're getting to have a good time on vacation with.
That's what I told her. I said they could come down and hang out for a week.
Yes. Hey, my kids are the same. My mother's like, I can tell they've got older because they used to they'd want to go to my mom's house and visit. Oh, I want to go to Nana's for the night, on a weekend or something. I want to go stay with Nana, and they would do that. Now, that they're growing up, and my youngest is like 16, and my mom's like, they don't even come see me. I'm like, I told you they're all, and she understands though. She says, I know they're into their friends, and they go, play ball and blah, blah, blah. But she never misses a game or any of that. She's always at the ball games and stuff like that too. She's the loud woman on the sideline saying, cussing the ref. No, I'm joking. She is a little loud against the extreme, but yeah, but no, she's a Christian lady. She don't cuss, but yeah, she gets irritated with some of that stuff that they pull up her. But yeah, it is. It's sweet and sour. Sniff. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a. I think, like you're saying though, I think that they would understand because they get wrapped up in their little preteens and their teens' life, though, man. That you're completely oblivious to them. I mean, you're just, hey, that's just grandma and grandpa now, or pap, whatever they call you, or whatever. It's just.
And they say hi.
Yeah, and they're looking at their phones. Or, oh, do you want to come over? Oh no, I'm going to stay with such and such tonight. You know what I mean? It's like you don't. Yeah, it's like, really, I'm going to sit here for another 30 years and not enjoy no, go enjoy it. That's what I say.
That's what I told her. I said, we got to enjoy our time,
Buck's comment. Let's see. He's saying, read Buck's comment. Imagine this. Do you see it?
Yeah.
I was at Daytona at Bike Week 2020 when the world lost their mind with
the sweet. The sweet sour sniffles. Yeah, 2020. We won't say the word, but yeah, we know what you're talking about.
I was there 2021. I thought they were actually not going to have it the next year, and they did. And dude, there was some. I think at about that time, people were already the people that we know, or the people that the motorcycle community. They were like, to hell with all that. You know what I mean?
In 2020, I was taking trips on my motorcycle. I was in the road.
Yeah, well, I was riding.
I was everywhere, man. I didn't care. People wearing. I don't think
they were wearing
masks yet.
I didn't either.
They were like acting goofy and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you just got to keep living your life, man.
Yeah.
You can't stop living.
Well, 2021, when I was in Bike Week and Biketoberfest and stuff, there were signs. They did the regulations. They put the signs up 6 feet. But you can't do that. Trust me, you got thousands of people walking down the sidewalk. You ain't going to do 6 feet apart,
No way. No way.
What aggravated me most, people on the beach and everything, then you'd see people with a mask. Why are you out there trying to get sun and on the beach swimming and you got a mask on? I mean, honestly, like, are you afraid? And you're like, you and a couple of people are there, but you're spread pretty far away from anybody. It doesn't matter if that time of year was going on or that thing was going on.
It's at all, man.
No, not just that. It's like.
That was stupid stuff, man.
It didn't matter even if that was going. Say we didn't even have it, you're still going to be far away from people anyways. Why do you have a mask on? You know what I mean? You're on the beach with your own husband or kids. You don't want to sit right up next to somebody you don't know anyways, so you're not going to do that. You're not going to be on somebody's, heels. Why wear a mask?
The craziest thing I ever saw back in those days was people riding down the road in their car by themselves with a mask on.
Yeah, and I tell you though, I got made fun of once because I had to go and wear a mask because, with my heart and stuff, I was, and I wasn't sick, but I had to go to the doctor and at about this time, people were, you know, it was about 2021, somewhere in 2021. And of course, with my health, you know, the way my heart and stuff is, my immune system, I had a mask on, and I went in the doctor's office and looked around, and ain't nobody got a mask. You know, there's a couple, but not, you know, they had done got to the point or something where they're like, you know, we're not wearing masks. Because I'm in a small town, man. We're country where they don't, you know, press too many rules. I think our school only took out like 2 weeks or something, you know, of school, and that was it, 2 or 3 weeks. They didn't take off for a year, you know. And I had a mask on. They're like, dude, really? And I'm like, dude, you don't even know my health. Someone said something to me about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a Democrat. I have heart issues. I've had 4 heart surgeries, and you know what I mean? I cannot catch this stuff. You know what I mean? I can't catch anything, you know. I can't catch the flu. I can't catch a cold. Or I'll catch the grave. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't, but I'm not riding down the car, you know, down the road in the car going on by myself. You know, I ain't doing that stuff. But
we're old enough to remember that when we were in grade school, what did the neighborhood do? One kid got sick. They brought all the other kids over and had a slumber party.
Yeah, like here, have some pizza, cake, cupcakes, and here's
share your disease. Share your disease with me. That's how a disease
man,
party.
you go to any school, elementary especially, you touch one doorknob, every one of those kids they're picking their nose, they cough, they spit, they pick their butts, their toes.
Dude, I was at basketball practice the other night.
I wouldn't touch anything in there.
These girls, my granddaughter, they're in like 5th grade. And they're standing there. We're going over something in practice, and one's got their hand in their mouth. And I'm look, get your hand out of your mouth. You're old enough to not put your hands in your mouth. Now you can put your hands in your mouth and touch every damn thing. Like, get your
what mouth. Killed me about my kids, they'll chew on their finger, then they'll rub their eyes, or they'll touch something. I'm like, what's the point of? Why do you want to touch your face like, you know, or you want to chew on your fingernail or something and then touch?
Looney, there's nothing wrong with Democrats, and I have no issue with Democrats.
No, I don't either.
I want to say there's nothing wrong with you. That was nothing personal. Trust me, brother.
Oh, no, I think he was saying about me when I said, I think he was saying, I'm not a Democrat. I have a heart with issues. What a line, brother, man. Yeah, I mean.
I
don't know how he took it, but I'm just saying that, yeah, I have nothing towards Democrats, but.
No. We're not,
you know, when you're born with the situation I was born with, you don't want to, you know what I mean? You have to watch everything. I can't buy any over-the-counter medications unless my doctors approve it. I can't go in there and buy a Robitussin without being approved. You know what I mean? Cough syrup or anything. Right.
Well, I'm the same way. I can't take stuff like that.
You know, I can't. Well, I mean, yours may be allergic, right? Or what?
No, mine's more of my heart. I have my heart. I take medicine. I have high blood pressure medicine, but it's not for high blood pressure. It's because my heart won't maintain a certain beat. It'll shoot up to like 150, 170, 180. So I have to take that to keep my heart rate normal. So,
good morning, American Uncensored. Yeah, I think he meant it like he say it like Bruce Willis in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think he was meaning like we offended him or anything. Like it was more the way I said it. Probably
I read it wrong. My bad. It's early. I can't see anything, even with my glasses.
Yeah, he's a blind retired dude. He said I got retired and everything else went.
Everything's gone.
He said he's got ED and everything. No.
Hey, I never said that. I got some things left at work.
Most people won't catch that.
There goes a copy. There goes a strike. There goes a demonetization.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
That's funny.
I'm medically retired. I wished I had the health to work. I loved it. I enjoyed it, man. I really did.
So a virus so deadly, you take the test to even know you have it. The government would try and force the country to take an experimental vaccine. You could not go to church, but Walmart was okay. Walmart was okay.
Well, dude, Walmart is church in my town. Everybody meets there and talks.
The liquor store was okay.
Yeah.
The Walmart was okay. The bars were okay. You know, yeah, those things were okay.
What's a liquor store? We don't have one of those either. We're small, man. We're not allowed to have alcohol in our kids.
Are you a dry county?
Yes, we've been for
Yeah.
300 years.
That's
I think they passed it eventually, though. Like this
Harlan
past
County
year.
was a dry county. For
I think
long.
they passed it this year. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think they may have passed it. Yeah, like you could drive like right across the street from Walmart and get beer because it was outside it was over the bypass. It was like outside the city, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, dry county, I think that means liquor, right? Yeah. So yeah, they used to. Of course, we had bootleggers. You know, they have little convenience stores down by the parks and stuff, and you could, if you knew the right person, you could buy your vodka or whatever you wanted. But moonshine, whatever.
Retired.
But I think they legalized it though. I think they said this year. I think only one person had to vote, and they voted yes. That's how small our town was. And they just voted yet one person was in the voting. So good morning. Yeah. So I think we may be now. You know, I think they're able to sell it because someone was talking about they're remodeling or Walmart, or they're going to remodel the inside. You know, and do some things and switch things.
That's
and
your
get,
home away from home, Ray.
I'm telling you, it's all I got, man. That and Save a Lot. And Save a Lot sucks. But, you know, they're going to remodel it. And someone said they were going to sell beer in there. So I guess they've passed a law if they can sell beer inside the city Walmart, you know, then I guess they've passed it. But I don't drink anyway, so it doesn't affect me.
I still think Harlan County is still a dry county, man. I think it's still a dry county.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it was for a lot.
I mean,
of years.
yeah, that's how I heard
Day
it.
2-4.
Morning.
How you doing, man?
I think most people just drive out of town because
that's all you got to do.
They got those kind of stores out of town, and
Yeah.
I mean, 45 minutes to an hour away, you can go and get whatever you want, and that's crazy because, like in the next town over, they got Kroger, they got every kind of grocery, they got all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? TJ Maxx, they got Old Navy's, they got all that stuff like an hour away. But here, it's like you get on one road and you drive an hour, and so far it seems like you're so backwoods in the 1940s. Like this town, it won't grow. I mean, they don't want it to. You know what I mean? They want to keep it small and country, and they don't want nothing here. Good morning.
Right.
So it's, you know, but it is what it is. It's a good little town. It's not a lot of crime, not a lot of stuff like that, and that was one of the reasons I chose to raise the kids here because it wasn't the city. I've been in the city, and I grew up in the city and the country, so I decided I didn't want the kids to be raised in the city. I mean, I had too many experiences in the city. I didn't want to have to go through all that with the kids.
The city.
They like it here. Well, the younger one, she wants to go explore other places, and that's fine.
Why is it that UFOs are never seen over the dry counties?
Why is it that UFOs are never seen, period, if they exist? Like, who's seeing? What are they seeing? Are they really like just wishing that that's a UFO, and they're wanting to see something so bad that they actually see that? You know, I mean, I don't know.
I'm an unidentified flying person, whatever object, whatever.
I want to see it. I want to see it with my own eyes before I believe it, because I know.
Well, you won't, because you're a dry county. They're not going to.
I know, but I mean, you know, the government says, "Oh, hey, look, there's a speck of blur flying by." Man, that could have been a freaking piece of dust that came off the motor or the tip of the plane or something that flew, you know, or the window. Could have been, you know, anything.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like, what is it? It moves so fast? Well, yeah, dude, that's what dust does, you know. Oh, that's a little light. Yeah, that's what glares do, you know. That's not a ship. Like, I want to see it. Like, you capture it and you let the American people come and look at it and know it's not from the government made or something, you know, then I'll believe you.
It's like the orbs, and we got those orbs, and people say, "Well, there's orbs around." Like, that's a piece of dust in the camera flying around. It's not an orb; it's a piece of dust.
Yeah. And here's a good question, though. Here's something to think about. Honest to God, if the sun is so bright and such a big ball of fire, why is Earth only have the light? Why is it not light in space? Why is space so dark? If the sun is in space and it's blooming up bad, why is space dark? Come on now. Because if it's a ball of fire, that means it would be all the way around in a circle and it would shine everywhere. Why is it not shine in space? Why is space so dark? Why is it only shine on Earth and make Earth light? Why is the space dark then?
It's too early, man. I can't wrap my mind around it.
I'm just saying. What is it? Why is it only shine like a beam to Earth and not around everywhere?
Well, it probably does shine behind it.
No, those people go in space and show pictures up and it's dark as it can be, and they say they can't see nothing. You can't see satellites. You can't see any other thing. Why is it not light in space? If there's so many blooming stars that's bright, we can see them and everything else. Why
you can see them when you go outside and look up.
Why is space dark if you're up there? Why and everything's so blooming bright? I'm telling you, man, we live under a dome. The Earth is flat, and the ice wall goes all the way around the Earth.
Ah, the Earth is he's a flatlander. He's a flat earther. Oh shit. Oh man.
Y2K, yeah. That's eventually going to happen with AI, though, Looney. I believe it. They thought they were going to scare everybody with that Y2K stuff. A lot of people did get scared. I remember watching the Times Square in New York, the ball drop, and people were cheering and all that, but they literally thought everything, when that ball hit, they literally thought everything was going to shut down, and I'm like, dude, across the world, it's already nothing shut down.
It's been New Year's.
Yeah. I was 20 years old. I turned 20 years old that year. So I was like, I'm not dumb. I mean,
shoot, dude, I was there with my kids worried about it. Like, Dad, is the world good? I was like, the world is good.
That was a computer virus. Everything was going to shut down. I think if that's going to happen, it ain't going to be Y2K. It's going to be AI. It's going to overload and shut down. We live on a box.
Oh, man.
I mean, I just thought that was a good question because someone asked me that, and I was like, why is that? If the sun, why does it only make, sunlight here, but space?
I never thought of that either, to be honest.
So big.
I never paid no attention to it.
No one really does. They don't think about it. Yeah, we can look in the sky now, and the sky's bright and blue, and you can see in there, but as soon as you go up there, it's dark. Why? Why is it dark? If the ball of fire that's flying, that's the sun, is so bright, why is everything behind it dark too? Chilly morning in Florida, grumpy old man, 60. How you doing, sir?
Get the
get the chop off. Yeah, with custom sauce. Chilly morning in Florida. Well, what part of Florida is he in?
I don't know.
Yeah, when I lived there, I never seen it like this. This is a wicked cold, time for Florida, even with the snow and stuff. I never thought I'd even see that in my lifetime, snow in Florida. Now, when I lived in Panama City.
Did Motorbomb get a bunch of snow where he's at?
I think they got like 7 or 8 inches or something over there. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm glad it passed me. Well, I mean, it hit us. We got 3.5, but it was saying it was going to hit them harder and I was like, thank God it kind of just brushed over us, because it just kind of brushed over me and then went straight over that way. You know what I mean? And I was like, thank God it only done. I was not ready for 9 inches and 10 inches of snow. I did not want it. And they've already called schools out all week.
Ray don't want 9 inches.
No. I can only handle 4.
Oh man, I shouldn't have went there.
No, you're good, man. It's all right.
That's what she said.
If we can't do that and joke, man, what can we do?
What can we do? Exactly. Got to have fun in the morning, right?
That's right. Oh yeah, exactly.
I had snow in Florida when I was a kid in '74. Then again in '89. Then last winter. That's crazy, man. It's the end of the world. We're all gonna. It's all gonna die because of snow places it shouldn't be.
The coldest I ever seen it get when I lived in Panama was like 45, maybe.
I didn't
something
know.
like that.
You come in. Hey, quick shoe.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, 26 in South Carolina. Got to pick up the bike. Yeah, you're going to pick up the bike today.
You pick up the bike. Where's your bike been?
He dropped it off to get it serviced at a dealership, I think.
Okay.
He was getting the brakes or something flushed out or something.
Oh, you could do that yourself.
Oh, that's what I said. The payment he paid for the service though. I mean, I think the service probably around $400.
I do all that myself. My flush.
Yeah, I do too.
My
but if he feels more comfortable, you do what you got to do. You know. I mean,
absolutely.
But I think he was having something actually worked on or done to it, and then he had them to service it while it was there. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So. But no, I service my own too. I do all that. I don't.
I will send a Road Glide in for its 1,000-mile service to do Harley.
No, I'll do my own oil. Yeah,
I'll do all that myself. The last time I did it on the Road King, I got my 500-mile, 1,000-mile service. They charged me $500. I said to change the oil.
And
like,
you can.
Oh well, we tighten up everything and go through everything. I said I can do that shit myself. I said, no way I'm paying that.
$500 for that kind of for oil. When you can now, I buy either Harley oil or decent oil. Now I'll pay $120 for all the fluids, for the oil, transmission, all that. But I can do my labor for nothing because it's me. Right. I'm not charging myself labor, so I'll pay $120 or so at the most to do all that service. And I can I can take my screwdriver or whatever I got, my 27, 25s and my, my socket set, and I can tighten all the other stuff. And I do. I go through and make sure everything's nice and tidy, and that's all they're doing. And who knows if they even do half of that. I mean, really, like I've seen ones that don't even pay attention to it.
Yeah. I mean, I could do all that company. I know all about the ABS systems on cars. I know all that stuff, brother.
We do all our maintenance.
Do all our maintenance, but
I'm on the road and not much experience with it.
Gotcha. I understand.
Hey, and I get, and that's why I said, if you feel more comfortable letting them do it, the good thing about that is you can take it back and say, hey, you did something wrong, asshole, because it's not working. So that's the thing about paying somebody to do it.
That's where you're getting screwed. You should be charging yourself labor.
Well,
yeah.
That's what the bad corrupt people do. They do something and they charge. They do. And they hire all their family members and cousins, and then, I had to charge myself to go out here and make a speech. You know what I mean? I paid myself to go out here and make a speech at a college, and I paid myself $100,000. Yeah, that's what it was. He needed new tires.
Yeah,
he got new tires. He got new tires and had it all serviced. Yeah, I don't have a tire machine, and I don't.
You can do it by hand. I've done it by hand many times.
Yeah, not me.
I used to do that years ago.
I don't have a garage or none of that. I ain't fooling with it. You know what I mean? I'll buy the tires now myself. I'll buy them from the company or whatever. They'll ship them to me, and then I'll take them down to my mechanic, and he'll switch them over for like $50 a tire. So, yeah. Harley charges, I don't know what they charge to do tires. He probably knows. But I
never, my Harley, my Road King never ever seen the dealership. Ever. Service.
Yeah, mine's never either.
I got a guy down that owns.
Well, yeah, it has. Sorry,
I've known him for years. He's been a good buddy of mine. He knows anything about any bike, and I take it down to him. I don't let any dealership work on my bike. No.
Well, the only time I had a dealership, I'd take it back. The only time I had a dealership is when I broke down last year on the way to Florida, and it was in Georgia at that dealership, and they charged me $1,300 for a belt and labor and $25 for a screw. Like literally, like my primary. They was like, look, we had to replace this little screw in your primary, where the primary is, and they charged me. And after I got the receipt, it was like $25 for a little screw. I was like, dude, you can get that for like 3 cents at Tractor Supply, asshole. You know what I mean? Like $25. Seriously, it was crazy.
Well, you guys got to understand too, though, Ray. They got to mark stuff up. That's how.
I know. Yeah, I know. But a belt. They charged me like $500 or $600 for a belt, and then labor. It cost me like $1,500 after it was all said and done, like $1,500.
For what?
And they knew because I was broke down on the road. And
what kind of belt was it? What belt?
Just on my Ultra Classic, a rubber belt.
You mean the belt drive?
Yeah, a belt.
I that's a lot of money for.
Yeah, them things ain't usually over 300. I got double charged. Trust me, I know. I got the paperwork still. It's ridiculous. I'll never stop at that. I didn't stop. I broke down I broke down like 100 feet from the exit from the dealership. It's like, well, thank God. And they actually came and hauled me back and didn't charge me for the tow. They really didn't. They didn't. I looked at the paperwork. He said, "No, I'm not charging you for that. You're not even a mile. You know what I mean? You're like 300 yards away." So he didn't charge me for that.
Under warranty for the next couple of years, so that's a good thing. After
Whatever.
that, it'll go to a private service.
Well, I had a new belt put on like a year ago, 2 years ago, of that before that happened. While I was going through Chattanooga, I noticed there was a lot of gravel, a lot of stuff. We were going out because it was just over wintertime. We were heading March, you know what I mean? We were heading to Daytona.
Right.
And he said pretty much probably what happened was a gravel had got in that inside there, come up off the interstate, because we were doing like 80 mile an hour, dude. If that belt wouldn't have came out, if it would have clogged up in there, I'd have been dead. You know what I mean? And it shredded that belt. That's what it did, and cut it. And
damn.
Yeah. And you just never know something like that. And then you're stuck on the road and you have to pay. You know what I mean? Unless you say, forget it, and call somebody to come get you with a trailer and take you out. But I was like 4 hours away from the house. My brother lives in Georgia. He was like 2 hours away. And so I was like, here, just keep the bike, do it, here. And they did it that next morning. They were closing actually when I broke down, and they hauled it back. I called my brother. He come and got me. My buddy that was with me, he went back to Chattanooga to where he lived, and that was only like an hour back to Chattanooga. And he drove back home. He rode back home, and then that next morning they didn't have the belt at that dealership. They did in Chattanooga, White Lightning. So he just drove by, picked up the belt from White Lightning, and brought it down to that one that morning. They put it on, fixed it, blah blah, and we hit the road and headed on down to Daytona. I was like,
Stick said they were 305 years ago. So.
And this was last year. Yeah, man, they went up craziness, dude, because
I'm not going to do anything to void my warranty quick until it's over, till the warranty's over. I'm not going to do anything to void it.
Well, they had that new law come out that you can actually use Harley stuff and do stuff to it, and it won't avoid it. That's just a dealership.
Right, but I'm not telling you. I'm not going to do anything to the motor or do anything.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
To a tire warranty. And I won't probably do anything to the motor anyway, ever. I don't do those upgrades.
I think it's enough power anyways just to ride, to do what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You're not out here doing burnouts at bike nights.
Not interested in burnouts.
Trying to do that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. You're not out here doing, and I'm not either. And that's why I just want to ride. I don't care about all that stuff. And yeah, it's fun to look at sometimes.
Grumpy
not all
says
the time.
when it comes time for the belt, I'm changing to a chain. You know what? It takes a lot for those belts to wear out, man.
It takes a while.
They'll last forever. They'll last forever.
Unless you get them dry rotted or they
or rockets up in there. Rockets up there and rips it or something.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Or they used to be now. Yeah. But, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. I don't know. Maybe it was just destined for me to, for it to happen. I don't know.
When it blows up, I'll have custom speed shop rebuild. Yeah, until I'm not going to do anything to the Road Glide motor wise or anything like that. It's just going to stay.
If I had that bike, dude, there's only a few things I'd do to it. I'd put a different
one thing I'm doing to it. I'm going to the seats. No, Ray, the seat is perfect. The stock, yeah, it is perfect.
I've never heard anybody say the stock seats are good like that.
The wife loves it. Her back part, my front part is perfect, man. I have no issue with it.
How long have you rode? You ain't rode far though on you, have you?
No, I had no issue with the Road King. I never. I had that Road King 5 years or whatever it was, and I never replaced the seat. I never had a problem with the seat. I never had no issues out of it. I mean, I did long trips to the mountains, everything. I never had a problem with that seat, man.
All right, Buck.
It's a great seat.
Be good, buddy. Well, here's the thing, man. I'm not trying to advertise just to any company. I think a lot of different companies make a lot of good seats, but the only thing downfall about Mustang is they're too cushy. Like it sits me up a couple of inches. I don't want it to sit me up, and that might be because of the one I got. I've got a Cruiser. I don't know what it's called, but man, it's a Solo Mustang seat, and it's so comfortable, man. I mean, but the little back lip that's on it, it could go back a little more. That's the only thing I don't like about it is it sits me up a couple of inches higher,
Right.
and I don't like sitting up high. I like to sit
Right.
down in the bike. And I could have got I could buy a different seat that sits me down, but is it going to be? I mean, I rode to Florida and back, and all over Florida. I'm telling you that I did not once worry about my legs or my butt, you know what I mean, or any of that being sore or hurting from the ride, because that seat is awesome. Now I know Saddleman makes a good seat, and LaPera and a bunch of other companies, but I really enjoyed the Mustang seat. I just wish, it was a different mate. And I got a back seat for the old lady. It's just a regular Harley, little clip-on Harley seat. It's fine,
Right.
but I want a two-seater. Eventually I'll get one, but no, if I had a new bike, there's only a few things I would do. I'd get me a new Clockworks windshield, something. I like something high enough because I'm so tall. I have to have something keeping that, I don't like that. If I got my full face helmet on, I don't like that wind buffering because it gives me a headache. And even if I don't have but if I got my half shell on, I got to have a tall enough windshield. I like a 8 to 12 inch windshield, because it blocks a lot of stuff for me because I'm a tall guy. So I would change the bars, the seat, the windshield.
No, I'm not changing the bars. I was going to change the bars, but I decided, nope, it sits really good. I like the way it sits. I'm leaving that. And the only thing I'm changing is the windshield, and I'm going to go a little higher.
I mean, I would do a few little touches to make it my own, you know what I mean? But nothing major, like you're saying. I wouldn't touch the motor. I wouldn't touch the, none of that.
Performance exhaust. I'm going to leave that on there.
Yeah. That's what something else I was going to say. The exhaust. I would do the exhaust, windshield. For me, it would be the bars. It would be the seat, and then maybe I would look into the suspension. But I'm good with factory suspension. I've always been fine with factory suspension.
I don't like that hard.
I mean, the newer ones trust me, a lot better than the 06s and 07s.
I don't like that clickety.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I want my air ride where I got my switch here and I can go whoop.
Well, I've never rode on that, so that's a different. I wouldn't know, you know what I mean? And I may enjoy that better. I may enjoy air ride. I think that depends on how far you're going to travel, how much more comfortability you want in a different seat with the air ride.
I plan on being
because do you ride it though like at full height? I mean, do you air it up at full when you're cruising?
What I do, well, when you have dirty air ride, I set it to when I'm on it by myself. When I was on the King by myself, I set it to what I like by myself. And then when the wife got on it, I'd have to readjust it and set it to where, it was a good ride with her. But the thing is it was adjustable. I can go way up or I can go way down. You know what I mean? It's just,
he says
this ride's better.
He says he's got Dave Parrott's Mustang seat. I have is awesome. Yeah, man, I bet it is. I don't know which one it looks like or what it looks like, but I know the Mustang, for me, I like it, but it's just too cushy. I should have chose a different one. Like I should have went with something that was more,
I had a Mustang seat on the Kawasaki.
I like them, man. They're good seats. And that's not just trying to fluff that company. I'm just saying that,
right.
From the seats I've rode on one with a Saddleman, it was a step up or something like that. I didn't like it because it was not that it was too thin. The back part felt like, because I'm a tall guy, I'm a big guy, and I was riding the bike for a friend of mine's bike in her bike, or maybe it was a LaPera seat. I thought it was it's a Saddleman. Yeah, and I felt like, yes, that back piece would be good for certain people that at a certain height and they're doing certain things. But for me to be so big, it kind of hit in the wrong spot of my back, So, because I'm so tall and long torso and stuff. It's not that the seat wasn't comfortable. That back piece was not comfortable for me.
Gotcha.
Because it's just like that. You know which one I'm talking about. The little step up and the back comes up and then drops real high. Yeah, that little lip there on the back and stuff. It didn't suit my back. It didn't sit where I thought it would sit on my back, and so I didn't care for it. Like if I was going to get a Saddleman seat, it would be something with no backrest for me. You know what I mean? If it was a two-seater, it would just have to kind of flow, go back and come up just a little bit and flow back. I wouldn't want a big high step up like that.
Right.
And that's just me. Now, if I was putting one on the Ultra, the Cruiser, I'd want I'd go, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, $800-900 or whatever they are, I'm going to go with a touring seat. I'm not going to go with like a toy seat, have fun with, because it's not a fun, but it's a cruiser.
Right.
So
Yeah, I
I'm
get
going to
you.
go with something I can go all day with and ride and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Now the Sportster's different. I wouldn't mind putting a little step up or something, or something like that on. But LaPera makes a pretty good seat like that too, though.
All that shit costs money, man. Those seats ain't cheap. None of the dirty air is like $600 to put the dirty air on, which I'll probably spend that eventually. But it's like I just don't. I think the Road Glide's good the way it is. I'm going to put my windshield on it and call it a day. I ain't going to put a ton of money.
What windshield are you going to go with?
Just
the
a
Harley?
no.
Clockworks.
Let me see. I got it right here somewhere.
Clockworks makes a pretty good one. Now
it's the same one that Road Reality. It's not the same one, but he got it from the same company.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's got Harley or Memphis Shades or something. Or
Memphis Shades. That's
Memphis Shades. Yeah, they make good windshields. Clockworks is around $175, $200 for a windshield. If you get it, you can get it through Harley dealerships. They usually have setups. And not just that, I like their older. Something about that windshield, the way it's the new one that you got. I don't know. I know he's had to, do R&D. Every one of the companies, windshield companies, has had to do a new R&D and all that.
Freedom Shields.
Freedom Shields. Okay.
Yeah.
To figure it out. So, I know. I like the older model, the 23s and down with the windshield. I don't know. For some reason, the Clockworks, the way it comes up and grooves where the wind, it just to me looks better. I haven't been around the new bikes much, so I'd have to, see how them are before I could, I don't know. It just kind of seems the way your windshield is, the way it screws on like it does right there, kind of seems squarish. You know what I mean? Like it's square. Like.
I don't know if it's square, but.
Like the setup, like the mounting is what I'm talking about. The mounting part, it's like it's not the windshield itself, but the mounting part.
Right,
so
right, gotcha.
It kind of seems like I like that swoop where that wind can come and go.
Oh, you want the flip in it?
Yeah, I want whatever they call that.
The recurve. It's called a recurve. It flips up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the windshield that makes the air kind of go up over your head.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
don't know what
recurve or the flip. It's called a flip or a recurve. What is
Clockworks? I don't know what they call it, or Memphis Shades. The Memphis Shades is a pretty good company. I mean, from what I hear, they're pretty well known.
Hell, this windshield alone's costing me $300. I'm like,
see,
man, that's a lot of money.
That's expensive, man. From Freedom Shields, man, I didn't think they were that expensive. Huh.
Yeah, the recurve will keep the wind off your helmet.
Yeah.
Exactly. It keeps that buffer now there, just keeps that wind just pushing.
Well, knock on wood, man. Man, I worked so hard last night trying to get this computer fixed. Like I sit here, man, because I was on my phone, and after I got off of Moto, like I was talking to him in the side chat, and I was like, "Hey, I got to go, guys." Da da da. Man, I sit here, after we got back from eating and stuff, and I sit here and started messing with this damn laptop. I unplugged everything again completely, and then had to replug it in. I had to reset it twice before, and then I went into my studio and did like a recording, but I didn't do no recording. I just went in and recorded myself for like a few minutes, just to see if this camera and mic was, because man, it just froze and cut off, and it was like in the middle of that live stream, and the camera went first and then the mic goes, and I was like, what the world, so now this morning, hopefully, and I didn't even test it this morning. You sent me the link and I jumped straight on. I was like, well, I ain't got time to mess with it. I'm just going to jump on and see if it doesn't freeze up on me. And it kept saying redo your browser, reset your or fresh. And I'm like, I rebooted the computer. I had to do the updates day before yesterday, and where I took the battery and all that stuff out, and it was sitting there for 3 days.
I said, he said, oh shoot, I lost him. Oh shoot. I wonder if Clockworks, Freedom Shields, and others are paying Harley not to have automatic shield lowering and rising.
It's a good question. because
That's a
you would
good
think that, yeah, you'd think they'd have something like that because they do on the Pan American stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
They have a shield that comes up and down to your size.
Well, on her, hell, even on the wife's old Spider, it was you just hit a button and the shield will go up and down,
Yeah.
whatever way you want it.
Yeah, the technology's there. What's up, Softy? Hope you're doing better today, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't
It'd
know.
be nice to have that adjustment to go up and down like that. That would be cool. But
Well,
I wanted the one I got is tinted too. I don't like the clear shield.
No, I don't either. I don't. I
the
think
tinted one. So
the only time the clear comes in handy is nighttime, and that's if you're
Yeah.
out at midnight, like, and it's like super dark, And yeah, I like the tinted. I don't like the. Now I like. Hang on. Now I like the. I think I like the smoke, or maybe better, because if I've got a big windshield, if I got like a 8 to 12 inch windshield, I think I like the smoke better because the tinted you can't actually see through it. You have to look because I'm so tall. I'd probably see over it anyways because that's how I do mine. But I go with the smoke one. That's what I got on mine. I do the smoke windshield because I can actually at nighttime because I ride at times it's night, and if I'm on my way home and it gets dark, I can see through it. So
right.
I don't go with the complete dark like limo tint windshield.
The Clockwork shield is 270 and have more.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean that's pretty much what the
270. Okay.
It's shields. It's about that. But I was thinking with tax, I just rounded up to $300.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, that's still a chunk of money, man, for a daggum little piece of plastic. I mean,
it is. It is.
I know they have to mold it and do all that crap.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I'm gonna do to it.
They're making a buku of money, man. He's got that. He's Clockwork's
My wife's
got it.
getting mad at me for doing that. She's like, I thought you weren't going to buy anything for us. I got to have a windshield.
Yeah, but that's what they don't understand. When I got my Ultra, the wife's like, okay, you're good, right? And I'm like, no, not really. What do you mean? I thought you bought that so you would have what you wanted and, and a bigger bike and this and that. Da, da, da. I said, but there's things that I have to do to make it mine, honey. I have to make it rideable for me. I have to make it comfortable. I have to do that. Why? I was like, because I'm not going to get on it. Why do you need 16-inch bars? I said, because I'm a big guy. I don't want factory bars. I don't want, because I have, why do you need exhaust? I said, because I want it to sound good. Why do you need that windshield? Well, because the wind's hitting, bugs are hitting me in the face, And yeah, mine really doesn't understand because she don't ride, like, at all. Like, she's rode it, like, with me 3 or 4 times, but it ain't her thing. She could care less. I literally had to go buy her a helmet and it sit. And after she's only used it like 4 times, I put it back in the box and it's in the top of the closet. It's never been out again. Like, it don't sit where she grabs it. She's not the type that picks it up and says, let's go ride. You know what I mean? I wish, but I don't pressure her to do it or don't make her. I don't, and it's cool. It's not her thing, man. It doesn't bother me, like, because I just go and I'm by my, I'm either with somebody else or I'm by myself, and I have fun. I don't have to drag her around to rallies. I don't have to, worry about, getting a headache from her if we're out somewhere, and complain and
Right.
shit like that, because we all know women have, and I'm not saying my wife's like that. She's not, but we all have, if you have a wife, you know what I'm talking about, something always, gotta pee, gotta stop, I need this, I need, I need to, it's something always. And it's little shit and it's okay. But like I said, she's like, hey, go have fun. Bye. I'm
Bye.
like, okay.
See ya.
Yeah.
There's a time with my wife, I couldn't get on the bike without her being on the back. If I thought I was getting out of the house without her, I'd look back and there she was. You know what I mean? It's like she would not let me leave the house without her being on the bike.
Well, my wife knows
she's not so much like that now, but she was like that for the first several years. She was on the bike with me everywhere I went.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I mean, she knows why I ride. You know what I mean? She knows I'm not out here trying to pick up women or this or that. I mean, if that was the case, we wouldn't be together for 21 years.
Well, it
You
wasn't
know,
that. She just
oh,
wanted
I
to get
know,
out
I know. I'm
right.
saying from
Just wanted to
mine,
get
she
out right.
knows, she
Right.
knows I'm not out, trying to pick up
Yeah,
women and
yeah,
this and
yeah.
that.
You
You know,
got a woman in every county over
every
there. You got,
state. She knew
you
when I
got
went
a
to
woman
Daytona
every.
and
Yeah.
North Carolina. But here's the thing: she knows. No, honest to God, I'm like, come with me. Got room? You know what I mean? Come on, let's go. I'll think about it. I know what her answer is when she says, "I'll think about it." I know it's a no. And I don't keep on with her. I'm just like, "Are you sure you don't want to go? Because come on, let's go. You go have fun." No, I'm okay. I'll go do something with the girls and this and that. I'm like, go.
Yeah.
She's like, be safe. Call me when you get there. I'm like, okay.
Well,
That's
that's good, man.
yeah. I mean, but she know, and that's because we have trust, man.
Well,
She trusts me.
maybe she's telling you to go on because she's got a boyfriend in another county or another state.
Could be, could be.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, I know, but do I rebuttal to that? No.
Maybe not.
I could, I care, but
Uh,
I could see if it was. I would know. I just know motorcycles not her shit. You know what I mean? It's not.
no, it's just not her thing.
It doesn't interest her.
Now,
She's like,
my first wife, she was on it, man. She loved it. She went with me everywhere, and then she started kind of lagging off, and she didn't ride so much, and she was just saying, "No, go, you ride." Well, then I found out later on that her hips hurt her real bad when she was on the bike. So I mean, I get that. If she wasn't comfortable back there, I understand it. So, but yeah, I got to the point where I just rode alone for many, many years when I was married to my first wife because she just didn't want to ride. You can't force somebody to ride if they don't.
No, and that's what I never do. I never pressure her. I never say, "Hey, you need to go." You know what I mean, or none of that. I'm always like,
right.
Cool. Here's where I'm going. I'll be back. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So
last time I was out on the road glide, I said to the wife, I said, "You want to go with me?" She goes, "No, it's too cold out."
See,
she goes, Won't you go and see how cold it is and come back?" I'm like, if I'm out,
come back and tell me if you're freezing your nuts off.
If I'm out, I'm going to stay out. I'm not gonna,
Ride to the stop sign and back. Let me know if you're freezing.
Tell me how cold it is first.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's cool though, man. I mean, I don't, like I said, I was raised, of course, by the single mother and all that, but she rode, she never drove the Harley, but she rode on the back of a Harley.
Yeah.
So we were like her whole life. And so we were used to seeing motorcycles. We were growing up, that was just something that was normal. If there were 2 or 3 Harleys sitting in the yard or whatever, and her taking off and going, and we were getting old enough, brothers was babysitting us, our older brother, and all that. So, or we were doing our own thing, and she was, it's not like she left and just went to rallies and did all this, because my mother's a very big, she's never smoked or drank in her life or none of that. So she's, she just loved to ride, and the man she would date at the time would have a motorcycle. At one time she was like, I won't date anybody unless they have a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Because she loved she had the passion of riding, and and that's what we seen, you know what I mean? And it was in her blood, and my father rode in the 70s, and stuff like that in the early 80s and stuff. And so I was around it. So I never started riding. Actually, a lot of people say I started riding late because I never rode a dirt bike or anything until I was like 12 years old. So that's late, I think, So we didn't have the funds. We didn't have, single mother of 5 boys. You can't just buy a dirt bike or a motorcycle for all your kids or cars. So we never got a car, you know what I mean, for school. None of us. She never could afford any of us a car. We had to work and buy our own, which was good because back then you bought this jalopy piece of junk or $400 car like I bought, and it wasn't a piece of junk, but it was to that point of us kids growing up like that in the 80s and early 90s. It was like we wasn't spoiled. We wasn't handed these big jacked up trucks from our parents and all this stuff. We actually bought something for $400 or $500 and we put money into it and we loved it. We took care of it. Or it may have been a pile of junk to other people, but yes, it was. I mean, it was our experience of getting to buy our own vehicle and working for it and putting time and putting a radio in it with speakers in the back. If that's what you did, I didn't. But I'm just saying, we had that era of enjoying the ride to high school and driving to school and driving to the parking lots and cruising. You know what I mean? Now it's like, if they're not in a $150,000 truck, you're nut. You know what I mean? These kids are just whacked up. I mean, just these parents are nutty for giving these kids. I'm like, you're not teaching them. Like, yeah, if you have the resources, cool. And that's what you do, whatever. I'm not spoiling my kids like that. My kids are not going to drive a $200,000 vehicle, and I'm driving a $1,500 truck. You know what I mean?
Uncensored. Back in those days, man, you could find cars all day for $500.
Oh yeah, I gave 400. I think 400 for.
And they weren't bad cars.
No,
they weren't garbage. They were decent cars that you'd pick up.
Dude, mine was a 1988. My first car I bought by myself was I gave $400 for it. It was a 1988 Pontiac Grand Prix 2-door, just a little red and gray car. It was cool. And I drove it for like 6 years, man. Like, I had it forever. That thing ran because I took care of it, and
right.
Just, it's different. Like seeing my kids work for their stuff. I don't buy them vehicles. She drove my truck to school, my 19-year-old to high school. I let her drive it because I've got 2 motorcycles, another vehicle if I need to drive. So I'd say, here, you drive until you get your own money and buy your own. I can't afford to buy you a new car, what you want, So she worked and saved her money and bought her like a $7,000 or $8,000 car, which is, pretty decent. It's a little Chevy 4-door, something, I don't know, a little car. And now I'm working on the 16-year-olds now. She's fixing to get her license, and she's, I told her, I said, you're working. She's been saving her money she's been working since she was like 14, 15 now because of that other stuff. This place is, we're in the country, man. They let her work, at this little old general store. It's been around for like 110 years, original store. You know what I'm talking about, one of those old timey stores. And that's where she works. And every bit of her money, paychecks every week, she comes home and we bought her one of those boxes that is metal and there's no opening in it. You have to literally bust it to get it open. You know what I mean? Like she puts every bit of her money in it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
that. And she's been saving for like a year and a half. And I told her, I said, you can drive my truck to school like your sister did and save your money. But we teach them things, values and, what a dollar's worth. And if you want something, you're going to have to work for it because I can't afford to go buy you a nice $30,000 Jeep if you're wanting it or what, man, I just can't. I admit it. I can't afford to go do that for my children. I wished I could, but I can't do that.
I bought all 3 of my sons their first car. So after that, it was up to them to do what they had to do.
Now we'll help her out if she needs it. Like we'll throw in $1,000 or $2,000 if we can do that. If she finds something that she needs help with, we don't care to do that. But I'm not going to go and spend 10 grand or something on her first car. She can go buy. She can save her money. And what's up, brown chicken? And that's just, I don't know. To me, that teaches them. Responsibilities. It teaches them how to, and they're going to have to take care of, like I told her, you let me, I'll make sure the oil's changed. You'll have good tires. You know what I mean? I will make sure that
she'll be safe.
Yeah. I'm not going to let her buy something that's unsafe. I'm not going to, I told her, I said, I'll do you like I do your sister's car. I take it and make sure the oil's changed. I mean, I still take it and fill it up with gas, to get her to college because she drives out of town, and like if she don't need it sometimes, but sometimes I'll just go and say, hey, I'm taking your car to the gas station. And I'll just take it and fill it up, spend $30 and fill it up or something, and say, there's your full tank. I feel like, as a father, I'm doing something for her now because she's 19 and doing her own stuff. But that makes me feel good because I can say, hey, I got to do something for her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that recognition. I feel good when I get to do, because they grow up so fast that you don't get, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You got grown kids. It's like, man, you don't get to do for your kids much, anymore. They're out. You hope they know what, how to do things on their own, of course. But it still feels good to get to kind of do stuff and, take the car.
Somebody says, like, can't believe I'm going to be retired 16 years in June. Well, I've been retired since July of 2020, so I can't believe I've been retired since that long. Hey,
Yeah.
quick. Life
I
is
got-
good. Enjoy. Happy-go-lucky.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, like I said, 3 years for me, and it's like driving crazy. Sometimes
I could have
Sometimes.
stayed working. But it's all that stupid, stuff was going on and all
Uh-huh.
that. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna retire, this would be a good time to retire. I was all set and ready to go. Everything was put in place a long time ago.
Yeah,
And I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm out.
I don't blame you.
I called my
Yeah.
wife. I said, I'm retiring. She goes, well, I figured it wasn't going to be much longer. I said, well, I'm out. She goes, okay. So I went up and told the owner of the dealership, I said, I'm retiring. And they said, no, you can't. You can't go. You can't go. I said, yeah, I can. I'm done.
Exactly. Well, it's good when you have those things in place. You know for sure that,
Yeah.
sorry, that a lot of people don't think that. And that's another thing I try to teach my kids. Like, look, hey.
Hey, thanks for being here doing these streams. I appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
bud.
Appreciate it, man.
I don't know the guy, but it was nice talking to you. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen him in different
appreciate you being
chats.
here, man. Thanks for that. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he gifted some memberships. I don't know who they went to. I don't ever know if you can tell. I think there's a little circle out by his name where the wrench is. It tells that's a member. So I don't know. I haven't seen any. Yeah, let's see. No, I don't see it. I don't see it in anybody else's. So it may have just went out to random people that subscribe to your channel. I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I don't know how that works when people were buying them like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I appreciate it anyway. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, Salty's got one. Okay, so it went out to random people because Salty wasn't even on here, I don't think. He never made a comment.
Salty was on here. I got one. Okay, I got you.
Brown Chicken says, Ray, what do you think about them? The chances of, the Doge stimulus check. I don't know, man. To tell you the truth, someone in my position that I don't, I'm not going to tell people my personal information, but it can help, but it's not like something I would take. I prefer our government have no debt, but also, as I was telling John earlier, I'm not the kind of person I get to go and buy a new bike or get to go on vacation with it. It would go into the bank and I would buy groceries and things, bills, and I would have to pay bills and stuff like that with it. It would help me. Don't get me wrong. I can do without it because I don't have it now. You know what I mean? I'm doing without it now. So, either way, I guess, as long as
I think they'll probably end up doing it.
yeah, they're going to make the American people happy.
Well, it's going to make them look good,
Yeah, well,
not them look good.
Exactly. It's going, and not only that.
And
As the human race, we're selfish people. We want to see things. We want to feel things. Like, hey, yeah, okay, so you got rid of all this wasteful spending, but you're sitting there with billions of dollars that ain't going nowhere. Why ain't it coming back? That's our money.
I got to address this real quick, what he's saying, Brown Chicken. He said, who even knows if the government is in debt? We really know nothing but, and I've been saying that for years, Brown Chicken.
What did I say earlier?
If we were really in debt, that much in debt, don't you think somebody would be knocking on the door saying, give me my freaking money?
What did I say earlier? Who's rolling up to our shore saying, give me $37 trillion? Nobody.
Yeah.
Not only that, what did I say? I said, that's a way that our government keeps us paying them. They keep making money. That's the way they get to live and fund their little stuff. And they get to say, oh, we get to take your taxpayer because we're in debt. We have to pay debt and this and that. No, that's their way of, they get that lavish lifestyle and all that. And we get the rest. We shouldn't even be paying taxes.
I agree with you, Uncensored. They're not going to pay a price. Whoever did all that stole.
No.
They're never going to see. But
because they probably can't pinpoint the person.
I don't want to make it political, but what he's doing, Trump, what he's doing is he's outing them. He wants everybody to know how crooked they are.
That's the main thing.
Goes, And he's not worried about. That's what he's really worried
Yep.
about.
When he said,
He just wants to show what's going on.
yep. When he said, I'm going to drain the swamp, he meant, hey, I'm fixing to show, I'm going to pull the screen back and let everybody see what these corrupt people are doing.
Who's behind the curtain?
Yep. And we're going to show it. You're going to see it. And it's going to be on to you if you keep putting them in office and you want them gone. You know what I mean? Like, it's, here's who they are. Here's what they do.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Sterling. That's a good point. When you're the biggest gangster on the block, you ain't got to worry about that. That's true.
That's what I keep saying. Who's going to roll up on our shore and say, I want my 38 trillion? Nobody, because we're going to blast them the hell back to where they come from. Nobody is asking for that. But I do believe one thing, though. I do believe we can overspend. Like, we can. You're only going to be able to print so much money because things are so crazy. You know what I mean? You can run us in the ground. Like, you can give money. You can make it worthless. Like, it could be just paper. You know what I mean? And it not do anything because the way they're going to electronics and stuff. But
I don't believe that. I don't.
You don't think that our dollar could end?
I don't think they're going to go to digital anytime soon because Trump promised that he wouldn't do that.
No, I mean like worth anything. You don't think our dollar, like inflation, could go so high that our dollar couldn't?
It could,
help
but
us?
I think Trump will keep it under control. I think you got to give him time.
Oh yeah, it's going to take 3
this
years,
out.
4 years. It's going to take a little bit to get
It'll take a little
rolling.
time, at least 2 years, I'd say.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
take a little time.
you can't just go and kick the dirt and oil pump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be.
Yeah.
It's going to
It'll
take
time.
so, but it is what it is. You
We
know,
got-
I'm just glad they're showing. I'm just glad they're showing what they're showing. That's all I got to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
what I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to have to do a political show soon because
Anytime, like I said, we have to do
a lot to
something.
talk about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What makes that, Elon, though, so think because it's daily. Like they're blowing stuff up daily, and it's showing it like one after another, breaking. You know what I mean? That's why they're
Right.
throwing such a fit and everything, and that's why they're showing so much of it because it's daily stuff. It's you know, like certain other topics they'll show. Like, what happened to the LA fires? You don't see none of that here, none of that. What happened to, you know what I mean? Any of that stuff, you know, the shooter, any of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. You don't hear any of that anymore unless you dive and look it up. You know what I mean? They're not showing
Right.
that. They know what to show. They know what to get the people angry with and what to do. They're not retarded.
Right.
They're called legacy media for a reason.
Where
You
you
know
go
what I
with
mean?
that word again? Retarded.
Well, he said we was allowed to say it again, so.
But, you know, I just don't personally like that word.
I know.
It is
Well,
what it is.
I come from, you know, I can say it for myself that I am because I come from special ed classes and I did
You're not
resource classes.
retarded.
So
Stop that.
I have an
man.
IQ bigger than a fifth grader. So
Stop that. You're not retarded. What the hell? You're crazy.
okay, I didn't know you could check that. Oh, that's cool.
The hysteria of the drones was just to keep you distracted. That's all that was. It was a distraction thing, man. Yeah. The drones were just, I don't know. That was goofy. I think they were just testing stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's the way they said it. You know, hey, yes, some was.
That's a good point, Sterling. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think Trump likes Elon because it's harder to hit two moving targets.
It is.
Oh, shit.
But you know, if he was still on their side, they would be praising him. They would love him. They would be like, Elon, Elon, Elon. You know what I mean? If he was doing it for them, he would be like, they would be like, Elon, Elon. They would love him if he was still on their side.
That's what.
You
That's
know,
what.
That's why they're throwing such a fit. They can't stand
Like
because.
Elon 3 said, the ones hating
Yep.
Elon are the ones.
Well, he said it himself.
Cash.
The guilty party always speaks first. You see who scatters and who, you know what I mean? The ones that are going, bloop, bloop, bloop. He said, you know, the guilty party always.
Yeah.
So,
No
I mean,
doubt.
CPAC is going on all week, guys. Yesterday was the first day, and he comes out with a change.
Well,
What's his name? The president of Peru, or that other country that loves Trump, that's got the wild-looking hair, curly hair. He looks like Bob Dylan in a way, not really, but he gave him a gift. It was a chainsaw it was decked out and done, big chainsaw, and Elon's on stage with a big chainsaw, like cutting government way, and all this, because that's what that guy did to his country,
I don't like Vivek chickened out. Yeah, Sterling Vivek did chicken out. He ran. I don't know why he did that.
He's fixing to run for governor, ain't he?
Of my state.
Yeah, your state. That's what I thought.
I don't want him. I don't want him here. I don't.
Yeah, he's. Well, I think that's why he stopped with Elon, because he said something about running for governor, but he wanted to go on more with political stuff. I think he got a little taste of running for president and that. Then he thought, I'm a billionaire. I don't want to work under. I don't want to work under anybody. I want to do my own stuff. You know what I mean? So. I think he would. I think he's like, I don't want to work under them. I'm a billionaire. I want to do my own. I don't think he necessarily chickened out. I just don't think he was up for the task. He had other plans, and his plans didn't go the way he wanted it. So, he's like, okay.
He wasn't putting the spotlight like Elon.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. He didn't get
all those egos. When you have all those egos together, like Elon and Vivek and Trump and all that, it's hard, man, because everybody wants to be the big dog.
That's what I'm saying. His plans didn't go the way it went, and
he went his own way. Yeah.
He's a billionaire, and his name wasn't being thrown around. He looked at it like, I'm going to be working for them. I'm a boss of my own. You know what I mean? And he's like, no, I don't think so. I'm going to bow out and go over here.
That's the problem. You can't walk around with big egos, man. You got to work together. You got to work together to get things done. You got to check that damn ego at the door.
Yes.
Because that's what gets you in trouble, man.
Yep.
That's what causes all the problems.
Well, when they want to be part of a team and to do something, and you're saying, hey, I'm doing this for the American people. I'm doing this for groups of people. We're a group. We're a community in this. You know what I mean? Don't come in and be all ego towards yourself like that and say, well, he's getting more attention, or he's getting to do this more. He's on TV more, or he's, you know what I mean? Like,
Sterling will say, and Vivek was all talk, I was right about him. I think so. I believe you. I think he was more about himself, self-promoting.
Ego.
He cares about himself, and
look at the way he talks in interviews. He's always smiling with his head up, like he's just,
I don't want him running for president. I don't want him for anything.
I knew he wasn't going to get it anyways. He's too young. He wasn't in the position. Nobody was. Trump was in the position. You know what I mean? There was nobody in the position that was going. I think he thinks, well, I can run for governor. I can, go 8 years or so, and then run. And what I'm saying, in his mind, he probably thinks, if I become governor and within about 8 years or 10 years, I can run for president again. You know what I mean? And it'll be better. We won't be in the Trump era. We'll be in, you know what I mean? No, he's a smooth talker. He's a fast talker. He's a smooth talker.
You'll still be in the Trump era, because it's either going to be one of Trump's sons are going to run, or it's going to be J.D. Vance, and he's going to carry on what Trump is doing.
I hope he does. I hope he carries on.
Remember when Pence was loved by the biker community? The Pence ain't loved by anybody anymore. He's a traitor. Mike Pence was a traitor, man.
And he was just, I was going to say, I wasn't going to say traitor. I was just going to say a rhino, man.
He's a traitor.
There's a lot of them that are just rhinos, and they're stuck in their own. They don't want nothing. That even the ones in there now, they want it to stay the way. They ain't saying nothing, but they want it to stay the way it was so they can get their slush funds too.
They want their money, man. They want their money. They want the money. They want your money. They want everything you have. They want your money. That's what
everyone. And I'm not even saying Democrat and Republican. I'm saying all of them. Every one of them. They're all. No, every one of them are not,
what I tell you before on those lives we did, political lives.
It comes to money. Neither one of them's Democrat or Republican. There ain't no such thing, is there?
There's no Democrat. There's no Republican. In the rhino system.
There's
just them together.
Yeah.
There was no. We never had a two-party system. It was a one-party system. That's what it was. At least I believe so.
I got to get off politics because I'll get going on.
We shifted way off gears, man. We went totally.
Well, we didn't have a topic. We didn't have a gear to go in. We were just talking, and
that's all right. It's all good, man.
A little bit at the end ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I hope Tulsi does good. Sterling says, yeah, I hope so too.
Well,
but ain't it weird though that you have in this that you have Kennedy and all these ex-Democrats that now are on the Trump train, and it's crazy, man.
I think it's because he like finally woke some of them up with common sense, or actually their own party woke them up and was like, "Hey, wait a minute, you people are you didn't just drive to the edge, you jumped off the cliff," you know. Because I think a lot of them people up there, like AOC and all them, they're activists. They're not senators and governors and Congress people. They're activists. You know why? Because they're out there screaming in the streets and screaming on TV. They're activists. They want. I can't do it. It pisses me off because they shouldn't even be in there. They can't even get a bill wrote up. They can't even get anything pushed through because it's all nuts and crazy. Why are you even there if you can't even succeed nothing? Why? Because, in 6 years you're worth $10 million and you was a bartender?
Politics. Hell, the community life is full of politics. Anything you do is about politics. It's all politics. Everything is politics. When you work at a job, it's all politics. You got politics on the job.
It may not be like government politics, but there's politics in everything. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yep. It's all politics.
There's a difference. Yeah, everything's political. It is.
Yeah. I agree with that.
In China, when you buy a home, you pay your land taxes one time, and that's it for the rest of your life. You're done.
Yeah,
you own that land.
Yeah, I wish that was
seriously, $20 in grocery will do you a week here. Okay. And when you buy your tags for your car, you pay one time, and it's for life.
Yeah, that would be
You don't pay every year. You don't do that. You don't pay land taxes on your home and property every year. When you buy it one time, that's it. You pay it one time and you own that. But who wants to live in a communist? Yeah, I got you.
I agree. Who wants to live in a communist country? I don't. We was almost.
We were close to some, yellow school buses.
I got to get off here, guys. The wife will be home soon. So
yeah. All right, guys.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chats. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks, Sterling, everybody, American Life Center, everybody that was out to Brown Chicken, everybody, Salty, all of you. Appreciate you always coming up. Appreciate you being here. We'll be back Monday morning at 8:00. Don't forget, I think Ray Gregory ain't having a live tonight, I don't think. But don't forget, Metal Bombs live tomorrow night. Don't forget the Rabbit Hole on Sunday. And then we'll be back here on Retired Rider on Monday.
We may be back today. John may just drop by.
May be back.
John may drop by in a little bit, on my channel.
We may be back today. But anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate you being on.
Peace out.
We'll see you on the next one. Take care now.
Stay warm and safe.